Hey guys, it's Coach Rachel, and today I'd like to talk about objectives, responsibility, and research, and how these three things are interdependent on each other. So let's get started. Um, I think objectives are great, and they're great for a couple of different reasons. One, if you're like me, I love to plan and format and organize, and one of the reasons I got into an exercise and movement science program is because I got to break down all the nitty gritty details of sessions and figure out what works and what doesn't work. And the other reason why I think objectives are good are because oftentimes when we have a dream, it's kind of a little bit, it feels maybe outside of our reach. It's a little beyond our grasp. And I think whenever we place ourselves in a situation where we are outside our comfort zone and we are challenged, that we're going to grow. And whether that's spiritually, financially, mentally, or physically, growing is good. Becoming a better rounded person is good. But there's, people oftentimes have the best intentions. Yet, even with these best intentions, a lot of goals and objectives that have been made have not been followed through with. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why people fail to follow through with their objectives and goals is because they don't acknowledge the responsibility that comes with them. And I'm sure you've noticed that everything in life comes with responsibility. Every single choice you make comes with responsibility. Whether that's owning a house, having kids, those are two very big decisions that have responsibilities. Or whether it's deciding on where you're going to eat for lunch, or whether you want to knit or watch a movie, or all these things, they come with responsibilities, and some have way more than others, I admit that, but everything comes with responsibility, including goals and objectives. And so I know that people oftentimes, like I said, start off with the best intentions, but because they fail to acknowledge the responsibilities, they are setting themselves up for failure pretty much. There's this quote I see on Instagram all the time that says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And it's so true. And acknowledging responsibilities is part of the planning process. So responsibilities are just a part of life, and it's something that shouldn't be ignored, because if you do, either nothing's going to come out of it or something's going to suffer because of a neglect and irresponsibility. But after we've acknowledged our responsibilities, we can see our goal through the rose-colored lenses. Then we start to backtrack, and we break it down. We acknowledge the responsibilities. Now it's time to do some research. And if you really want your goals and objectives to become a reality and come to fruition, they're going to take your time and attention. I'm going to use my fireplace as an example. So I heat with a wood stove, and currently, for about the last month and a half, I have been solely responsible for keeping the fire going, starting it, etc., etc. If you've ever heated with a wood stove, you know that it takes a lot of time and attention, and it can be very tedious. Not only do you have to chop the kindle and chop the firewood and stack it and find a place to put it, but then when you're making the fire, you also have to make sure that the kindling and newspaper is spaced well so that there's good airflow and circulation, and then that the draw is going up the chimney so that the smoke doesn't come out in your face. That always sucks. It's like my least favorite part of the fireplace. But as you can see, there's just a lot of responsibilities that come with heating with a wood stove. And I had a direction that I was going with that. I don't know where I was going. I forgot. But it all kind of ties in that, if we have these objectives and goals, we need to acknowledge the responsibilities. I remember. We need to acknowledge responsibilities and then do some research. And, like I said, taking care of a fireplace takes constant time and attention. And if I want to be cold in my house, if I want it to get 55 degrees, then I can just ignore the fire. I can neglect my responsibility and pay the consequences. Sow what I reap, if that's my choice. But if not, if I don't want to be cold, then I got to keep the fire going, and it's the same thing with our objectives. If you want to see them, as something that you can actually accomplish and do, if you want to set yourself up for success, you got to make research a priority. And that can be as simple as just every single day, just doing something, one small little thing. You could buy a book and research about your goal. You could go online, because there's lots of resources online now. Whatever it is, you want to keep it at the forefront of your mind, and it's going to have a tendency to drift back, and that's okay, but you just got to realign your priorities and refocus yourself if you really want to accomplish your goals and objectives. So with that being said, I hope this video has maybe given you a little bit of insight you hadn't thought about before. I'm going to go walk around because my toes are cold. But I hope you have a good rest of the day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.